If you've never done a no-buy, then thinking about doing one can seem so overwhelming, so daunting, and you just feel like you don't know where to start. And also, if you're the kind of person who feels like you need to do a no-buy, maybe your shopping habits are a bit out of control, and you already feel like you're going to fail before you've even started. That was definitely my experience when I did my first no-buy, and also when I did my first no-buy, I definitely would have failed. But when I decided I really, really wanted to tackle my shopping habits, I set out and I did full 12 months, whole year of not shopping. Now, I didn't do it perfectly, and I like to say this because I want to make you aware that there's no pressure to be perfect when we do a shopping challenge of any kind, whether it's a low buy, a no buy, not shopping in between seasons. The aim is not perfection. The aim is to become more aware of our shopping habits, to maybe save some money, to not spend money we don't have or can't afford, to have less stuff, to just become aware of our shopping triggers. And that is always my aim when I'm doing a no buy. And I feel like every time I do one, I learn something new about myself, or I relearn something that I did learn the first time, but I forgot. And so my shopping habits can go a little bit the other direction again when I don't remember what I learned the first time. I am planning to do a no buy November. So for the whole month of November, I will not be shopping. I will not be buying clothes or shoes or accessories. I don't think I want to buy makeup, but there's a couple of things that I could do with. Actually, I don't need makeup, but I do maybe need some skincare. So let's put makeup on the no buy list. Skincare can stay off it. Anything like that. Basically, my plan was to not shop for the whole of autumn anyway, but I haven't really started that properly. So I'm just going to start off with a little boost of a no buy November and see if we can keep it going until winter. The end of the year might not be the time where you try to achieve goals like this, like maybe you're waiting till January, but I thought what a great time to share these tips now, this video. If you do want to do it before the end of the year, so you can feel like you've ticked something off this year, maybe you haven't really achieved a lot of your 2025 goals and you're kind of feeling like, oh, I'll just start again from January, or maybe even kind of like me, feeling like you've kind of failed this year and haven't really done anything. This is a little boost for me to just accomplish something else and tick that off and be like, great, I did a little challenge and it's helped me discover, how to shop better and all that jazz. If you do want to do yours in January, or maybe you want to wait till February when the new year, new you vibes have calmed down a bit and there's less pressure, just save this video for later or write these tips down and come back to them. I hope they'll be helpful. Let's get into them. Number one is to define your no buy. What does this mean for you? You can obviously copy exactly what I do, or any other YouTuber or any other content creator or influencer. But if you are doing it for yourself, you need to define your own rules. There's no point copying someone else's, because someone else's why will be different and someone else's areas of spending will be different and all that. So just define it for yourself. You want to define the time period, how long you're doing it for. For me, this is going to be 1 month long until the 1st of December. Or like I said, if I can continue for longer, then great. Number two, what is allowed when you're doing your no buy? Actually, let's swap these around. First, define what's not allowed. So I'm not allowed to have clothes or buy clothes. I'm not allowed to buy shoes, accessories, nothing like that. And like I said, makeup as well, hair stuff, anything like that. And then you want to define what is allowed. So it can be really confusing if you're like, is this on my no buy, or am I breaking it? Am I not? So obviously the essential food, your bills, you kind of need to pay for those. Wouldn't it be great if we could have a no buy where we didn't have to pay for anything? But we have to pay for those. Food, you might still want to socialize and go out with your friends. It's November and it's not quite December, but it's still going to feel a little bit festive and people are going to be trying to catch up with friends and do festive things. So maybe you want to keep a budget for still doing those things. So if this is just fashion related, great, it's easier. If this, you want to save more money because you've been spending a lot with socializing or anything like that, or you just need to save up for a month for something in particular, maybe you're going to cut out socializing as well. Takeaways, maybe you're going to say, I'm allowed to buy any food I want in the shop that I'm going to bring home and cook, but I'm not allowed to have any takeaways. Or I can have one takeaway coffee a week, but I'm not allowed any more than that. I'm not allowed my daily coffee, or I can have one takeaway coffee a day, but I can't have more than that. It depends on what you spend already, and then depends on what your goals are going forward. But make sure this is your first step, because if you just go in saying, I'm doing a no buy, and it's like the 1st of November already, and you're like, okay, I'm starting today, and you don't work out what exactly you are or aren't buying, chances are you might fail. Number two is to replace your dopamine sources. A lot of us will just shop out of pure dopamine hits. Like, we just want some dopamine. We love adding things to our baskets online. Like, that's already a dopamine hit, but sometimes we go too far and we actually buy all the things. In shops, we see things and we get excited, so we want to buy it. And sometimes you see something and you start envisioning what your life would be like if you had this thing, and that's what causes us to shop. It's rarely the items themselves, it's just that rush. And then you get home, maybe you try it on, and maybe it's still as nice, but maybe the next day it's not, or you go to wear it and you're like, I'm not so sure about it. It's dopamine. So if we can find alternative sources of dopamine, like trying some new recipes, reading some good books, hanging out with friends, even if it's just watching some TV shows that make you feel good. It's cold, it's a little bit miserable outside. Watching TV, there's absolutely nothing wrong with in the evenings. Maybe you want to be a bit more creative. Maybe you could try knitting or drawing or something that would feel really creative, that isn't just like going out and shopping. Because for me, I love to shop as a way to express creativity, that I'm like, I can put together all these new different combinations if I have these new pieces. And so sometimes that just involves like going into my wardrobe and actually just trying on different combinations, because there's definitely some in there. But also just having another creative outlet is really good for me. So focusing on some hobbies that you can engage in over the next month. We're just going to say month. Your no buy might be shorter or longer, but let's just call it a month for now. Focusing on some hobbies that can keep you entertained, that if you feel a little bit blah, like you would typically want to shop in those occasions and you're looking for your dopamine hit, you can just do something else. Number 3 is to label your shopping triggers. So this is what I meant at the start by identifying or having more awareness around your shopping habits. So for me, I know I'm so much more likely to scroll on Vinted if I've had a really stressful day at work. I will scroll on my commute home. I'll just scroll and scroll for like that half hour or more, and I'll add things that I like and, add things to my favorites. And I might just impulsively buy something as well. If I've had a good day, I'm probably less likely to do that. If I'm bored, a lot of the time I'm just like sat around doing nothing, like doom scrolling, but I doom scroll on Vinted instead, and that's where I find more things that I didn't know I wanted. So it's like boredom or stress or just things not going how I want them to go and just feeling a bit sorry for myself. They are my triggers. So it's really important to write those down, and if you don't know them already because maybe you haven't taken the time to reflect on them, this is your chance to do so. Throughout the month, just note down if you notice yourself wanting to shop or wanting to buy something, just reflect on how you're feeling and what might have led to that. So if it was a busy day at work, if it was a fight with your friend, if it was like you're supposed to have all these plans and someone cancelled on you and you felt a bit shitty, or just things weren't going how you hoped they would. Just make notes. Don't judge. There's no judgment here. We all have different triggers. A lot will be overlapping. Like, we will have a lot of similar triggers. If any of you have the same triggers as me, or whatever your triggers are, let me know in the comments if you know them. But yeah, there's no shame. There's no judgment. It's just having awareness. And that's the place where we can start to make changes from. But if we don't know, we can't change things. Number 4 is to use what you have in a new way. So we're not shopping for a month, so we kind of need to be creative with what we have already. With clothing, this is a great opportunity to get into your wardrobe, go on Pinterest at the same time and recreate some new outfits that you've never tried before with pieces you already own. Because like I said, even in my wardrobe, and I spend a lot of time putting together outfits for videos or just for my day-to-day life, but there are combinations in there that I still I still haven't tried. So, or, maybe it's just a different shoe, or trying a different hairstyle with your outfit can really change things up. Maybe adding a different kind of makeup with an outfit can change things, or even just doing different hairstyles in general. Like, I literally live like this, but for the last few days, I just couldn't be bothered to wash my hair, but I did a real slicked back, like low pony, and I actually really liked it, and it kind of just changed up the vibe of my outfits a bit. So all that did stem out of laziness. I might be more likely to do that kind of throughout the month when I'm on like day 3 hair or something, and I just want a slick back look. Fringes and rain don't really go together, so when it's rainy, having a slick back look is going to be my go-to, and it does just change up the vibe of an outfit. Hair is a huge part of our personal style. You can also upcycle some pieces you have, or if there's anything in your wardrobe that you've been meaning to alter, take it in, take it out, make it fit, take up a hem, fix a hole. Do that so you can reintroduce those pieces to your wardrobe and have more options. Tip 5 is to track what you were going to buy but didn't. So throughout this month, alongside tracking what's triggering you to shop, I want you to also track, I want you to, like if you want to, but it's a tip, but what I plan to do is track what I was going to buy. So whether it's just in a notes app in my phone, or maybe it's saving certain links on, like, you can do an Excel document, whatever your vibe is. Just write down what you're going to buy, how much it was. And then when you write down what you wanted to buy and how much it was, you could then go on to say, like, this was the time of day, I had just finished work, I had a really stressful meeting just before I finished, or I got some bad news and I felt like shit. And like, that can just be like your daily entry. Maybe this won't come up every day. It just all depends how much we want to shop throughout the month. You might have to do this every day. You might just have to do it a couple of times a week or a couple of times in the month. But it's just a really good practice to get into, and it's something to reflect on at the end of the month too. Because if we don't have this information from our no buy, then we haven't really learned anything, and then we may just have to do it again. Tip number 6, and again, this is probably something important to do after you've kind of defined what your no buy is going to be, but write your why, and your reason for doing a no buy. Is it to save money? Is it to save, like, I want to save £200 this month, so I don't want to spend it on random little things? And if you do want to save £200, what is it for? I want to go on a holiday, or I want to buy somebody a really nice Christmas gift, or I want to buy something really nice for myself. And when you write what the thing is you wanted to buy, like, why did you want to buy it? Like, put some emotion behind it. Maybe it's not a monetary thing. Maybe you don't want to save money, but you just want to have less clutter. Maybe you're moving house and you're like, I just want to have less stuff and I want to stop shopping so that when it comes to moving, it's going to be easier. We're maybe downsizing, so I'm going to have less space and I don't want to be overwhelmed with stuff all the time. Or I'm already overwhelmed with stuff and I don't want to be, and I want my life to feel more calm and my space to feel more calm. I want to spend less time tidying up after myself or my family or whoever I live with, and I just want there to be less stuff in this house. They are all great whys. Yours could be, again, completely different, and I'd love to hear all the different whys you have for doing a no buy month in the comments. But when you've defined your why, I want you to write it down on a post-it note on your phone background. Stick it somewhere you're going to see it. Stick it on your mirror where you get dressed every day, or brush your teeth, do your makeup. Stick it on your laptop, so when you open your laptop to work every day, you see it as a reminder, and you're less likely to shop when you're on your laptop. Put it on your phone as your background, so when you pick up your phone to scroll, go on Vinted or whatever shopping apps you use, you will see it on your phone first, and you'll be like, oh, okay, that's the reason. I'm going to stick with it. Like, I have a really strong emotional reason behind why I don't want to shop this month, and I'm going to stick with it. And number 7, make it harder to shop. Remove your credit card information, like all those saved ones. Remove things from Apple Pay or Google Pay or whatever you use. Don't take all your cards out with you. If you're going out for a walk or you're just going to meet a friend, maybe just don't take all your bank cards or your wallet out with you. Just take what you need. It's just so easy to spend money these days. Everywhere I go, I don't even bring a wallet. I just have my phone because I know I've got all my cards saved and I can just tap, tap, tap. And it's dangerous because you just spend so much more than you realize. Or you can impulsively shop so easily when all your money is in your phone. If you're really serious about your no buy and you really, really want to succeed, maybe it's the first time you've done it, or maybe it's like the 10th time, but you're determined to succeed this month. I've put together kind of a journal/tracker below for free. You can click the link below, and it's going to help you kind of reflect on your shopping triggers, to track what you were about to spend, and to calculate everything you would have spent throughout the month if you were to buy all those random little impulse purchases. And it's also a place that you can write your why, and you can print it out and stick it on your wall or whatever you need to do to keep it front of mind. So just remember, you're doing this for yourself. You've obviously gone to the trouble to watch a video or maybe multiple videos about how to do a no buy. This means you're serious. You really want to do it, and you're going to succeed this time, and I'm going to help you succeed if I can. So drop comments below if you feel like you're struggling throughout the month. I'll be checking in. I'm hoping to do a full month of content in November. That's going to be my distraction from shopping. I won't even have time to shop because I'm trying to create content every single day. And a lot of that is going to be tailored towards no buys. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, I'm Gemma A. McLean over there. Also linked below, I think. I'm also going to post those on TikTok. I don't really post on TikTok, but I'm going to try and move over there as well. Any of those videos will also be on YouTube Shorts. So wherever you like to consume your short form content, and there'll also of course be my usual videos here as well. So hopefully lots of inspiration, motivation and accountability as well throughout the month for you, to really help you succeed and to help me succeed as well, because I'll be creating the content, so it'll be hopefully keeping it at the forefront of my mind as well. If you need more motivation right now, you can watch this video on the screen here about how to have a super successful no buy that I created a couple of years ago. My hair is like up to here. It's crazy. And I've also got a whole playlist as well that I'll just pop here of like healthy shopping habits and how to break up with fast fashion and things like that that might really help you as well. I hope we're all successful. Let me know in the comments what your favorite tip is and what you think you took away from this video, and I will speak to you all really soon in my next one. Bye.